This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with big Demsey McKean. We're in a massive fight, probably one of the biggest fights of your career. Filip Hrgovic, IBF Eliminator. Going into this, how are we feeling, mate?
Feeling good, you know, it's fight week. All the hard work's been done and all that's left to do now is just turn up on Saturday night and put it all into practice and get that hand raised at the end of the fight by any means possible.
Well, it's a big heavyweight card, you know, it needs no introduction, the guys on the undercard. When you first got the call to be on this card against Hrgovic, I'm sure it was something that you snapped up.
Well, definitely, we've been in talks about getting a fight with Hrgovic for quite some time. It's just, you know, the dynamics of it and what card that would fall on. And obviously, it was supposed to be on a pay-per-view card at first. And obviously, now it's not a pay-per-view card. This is still probably the most stacked and probably the biggest card just on a normal DAZN subscription that they've had. You've got to admit, like, people might be mocking it or whatever, but this is still a massive card. You know, the likes of 4 massive heavyweight fights, title fights on the card as well. So.
Yeah, well, we almost didn't have it, you know. We almost didn't have the card, you know. We saw sort of Dillian and Whyte fail a drug test on Saturday. Was there worries when it initially sort of, when there was those news that you might not even be fighting on Saturday? Yeah,
definitely. Obviously, those negative thoughts start to creep into your head, and you know, I've kind of been postponed a few times this year. We've been in the gym training since January, and you know, we've been pushed back to May, June, July, and now August. This fight's finally found a date on August, and when this happened, you know, I started to kind of have some negative thoughts. But obviously, an event of this kind of magnitude and this scale, you know, and I knew there wasn't going to be any. You know, short of replacement fighters putting their hand up for a decent payday to fight AJ. So, you know, Matchroom come through, and lucky enough, all us undercard fighters have a date to fight.
Was there sort of worries where it might be Hrgovic or it might be yourself getting the call? Did you ever think things like that?
Yeah, not really. I thought Hrgovic might be a bit too much of a risk for them, you know, especially with the Deontay Wilder fight looming, and obviously me being a southpaw, there's no way in hell they're going to take that fight after prepping for an orthodox of 10-12 weeks. So not really, no doubt in my mind. I thought maybe it could have been Chisora or Washington, but then, you know, had the goss from it was possibly going to be Joshua-Helenius. So.
And where you look at yourself now, you're within touching distance of a world title shot against a guy like Hrgovic, who not many people will always sign up to fight against him. You know, he's had struggles before trying to find opponents. So does it show a real testament to you that you're up for any challenge, even though people in the other division may say no?
Well, definitely, you know, we've been on the fringe of some big fights previously, and name thrown around with Tyson Fury, Dillian, Whyte and AJ, and so all kind of slipped through, and we got offered Hrgovic, and you know, it's for a mandatory position, so who's going to turn down that kind of fight? You know, a win here propels me to fight for 4 of the world title belts straight after and get mandated for that. So this is everything I've been working for, you know. So this is what we're in this game for, to get opportunities like this. Some people are in this game a long time and never get an opportunity like this, so yeah, I'm going to grasp it with both hands.
When you think of guys like Hrgovic, do you really think he's fought anyone like you? Obviously, he fought a southpaw in Zhang now, but what challenges do you think makes you different to anyone that he's faced before?
Yeah, look, he waffles on about, you know, like, who's he for? What's his CV compared to my CV? But who is he for? Who's he had a dominant win against that I haven't had a dominant win against? You know, he had the win against Zhang, but that was very controversial, which I thought very lucky to get that win, you know. So I had a good knockout win over Jonathan Rice, who's beaten some good contenders and undefeated fighters also. When, you know, my feet are better, my hands are better, I'm a lot fitter, faster and sharper than Zhang as well. So we're going to see come Saturday.
Do you take a lot of promise from his performance against Zhang when you see that and you see him facing against him?
Yeah, that's right. You're only as good as your last performance, you know, and I see a lot of holes in his games and things we can capitalise on, and, you know, I think I'm going to give him a lot of trouble.
Demsey, thank you for your time and all the best on Saturday. I appreciate it.
Thank you, mate. Cheers, mate.